In this video, I'm going to teach you the best way that you can train chest at home to maximize growth and get the best results possible. What's good YouTube? Reese Rockman aka Rock Hard Fitness coming at you with another informative video that's all about the best way to train your chest at home. Yes guys, we're still in this lockdown, so please don't forget to give this video a like if you did find it intriguing. Hit that subscribe button and make sure you stay till the end of the video because I'm going to throw in an exercise that not a lot of people are going to think about. Very unorthodox but also very fun, and it's going to be sure to maximize growth. So without further ado, let's head over to the voiceover and all learn the best way to train chest. The chest has to be one of the most admired muscle groups out there. When looking at classic bodybuilders like Arnold, the first thing every new gym bro wants to smash is a good chest session. So this video is going to be identifying the best way to get the most out of this muscle with some simple at-home exercises. The chest is made out of two muscles. You've got your pec major, which is the superficial muscle we see on the surface of our bodies, and the pectoralis minor, whose main function is to aid in inhalation, which is breathing in. What we need to focus on is that the pec major is one muscle with two heads. We have the clavicular head, which is the upper portion of your chest, and the sternocostal head, which is the lower portion of our chest. And this is the part that makes up the most mass of your chest. The main function of the chest is horizontal adduction, which simply means bringing your arm across your chest. In order to get a max contraction in most muscles, you always want to try and get the origin as close to the insertion point as possible. So with the upper chest originating on the clavicle, we want that humerus as close to the center point of your clavicle, and the lower chest originating on the sternum, we want the humerus as close to the center point of the sternum as possible. For chest, I really like utilizing two mechanisms of hypertrophy. Number one being mechanical tension, and number two being metabolic stress. Mechanical tension will come from the progressive overloading of the movements by adding more weight and reps over time. And the metabolic stress will be coming from an interesting exercise that does break the norm a bit, but I feel is a more entertaining way of not only challenging the chest muscles, but also adding some variety to the workout. The first thing I want you to do is a pre-activation exercise. This will assist in getting blood around the muscles involved in the workout, but also help enhance the mind-muscle connection. Because a big reason why people have a lagging chest is because they don't feel that muscle activate during the specific exercises. With the bigger muscles like chest and back, you have a lot of compound lifts which involve more than one muscle group. So therefore, the other muscle groups can take over if you are more dominant in those muscles compared to the main mover. This exercise will be the main compound lift of today's workout, and that's because its versatility is pretty large. If you want to make the exercise easier, we can drop to the knees in order to make it a modified push-up and lessen the loading. We can also add weight in the form of a backpack to accurately measure the amount of weight we are adding. I would personally fill the bag with water bottles since we can easily track the amount of water we add and can add more as we get better at the movement. I would prefer you to have a pair of dumbbells to hold on because this will allow you to have a much stronger wrist position and won't put as much strain on your wrists. If you don't, that's 100% fine. Just make sure you are warming up your wrists beforehand. What I want you to do is take a shoulder width or a 1.5 times shoulder width distance with your hands, and just remember the closer your hands are, the more tricep you'll be working, but it also provides more activation in the upper chest due to the increase in shoulder flexion. You want to have your feet shoulder width apart for a solid base and lower yourself to the point where you feel a nice stretch in the chest, but not to the point where you start feeling discomfort in your shoulder. Also make sure your elbows are at a 45-degree angle and not flared out, as this will put unnecessary strain on that shoulder joint. A very key part of the push-ups is maintaining core tightness, because holding a push-up position alone can be quite challenging, so without core strength you might not be able to get the most out of this exercise. I recommend checking out my video on ab training that you can do between 3 to 4 times a week and create not only a strong core but a well-built set of abs as well. Just click on the info card in the top right hand of the screen and you'll be taken directly to that video. This exercise is going to be mainly targeting the upper fibers of the chest since we are going from a low to a high angle and utilizing as much shoulder flexion as possible. The only difference is we want to isolate the chest because this is a chest training video. So with this one, we'll be raising the band in front of us, but I want you to perform horizontal adduction by thinking about going from your right hip to your left shoulder if you're using your right arm, and when you do the other arm, going from your left hip to your right shoulder. I want to add this unilateral exercise in because we still want to be able to work both sides independently to prevent muscular imbalances, but also to allow us to put the hand we are not using on the upper chest of the side that we are, to make sure that we are engaging the muscle and getting a nice peak contraction. I would set up the band at around knee level and start with your palm facing up and actually rotating your hand through the movement so that the palm is facing down at the top, because a not very well known action of the pec muscles is shoulder internal rotation, and the band allows us to accomplish this. So this is the unorthodox exercise I was talking to you about. So another way of just progressing in a fun but effective manner is through increasing the duration of a single rep. This is an exercise where we are holding the mid to lengthened range position to allow metabolite buildup to occur and signal hypertrophy. The nice thing about this is you can either create a challenge with your partner to see who can hold on the longest and just smash the chest, or you can progressively overload this movement by increasing the time held. This one does create an immense amount of fatigue, so if you are well trained, you can do this at the start of the exercise after a sufficient warm-up to pre-fatigue your chest, which makes the first two exercises a lot harder, and so you wouldn't have to load them so heavily. However, if you are a beginner or intermediate, concentrate on progressing your push-ups and then just finish off the muscles with this amazing and different exercise. Okay everyone, thank you for making it this far in the video. If you did enjoy this video, please don't forget to give it a like. Also, please put the D in subscribe. And guys, the reason why I hopped on now is I wanted to let you know that by the end of the series, you guys will be able to take each of these videos and actually mash them all together. You can do the back and the chest workout together. You can do the chest, shoulders, tricep workout together and make your own push day, your own chest and back day, literally whatever you want. You can even do legs and shoulders. That's why I'm doing one of these videos every Monday that comes out at 9:30. So you guys will be able to build your own workout splits at the end, but also realize why we do the exercises we do in terms of anatomy, physiology, and also making sure we're working the muscles through a full range of motion. So guys, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you all in Thursday's video. I'll see you later.